Hey, welcome to the NERCE station. I've been spending a lot of time on Google Earth, and I've been dedicating a lot of time to a couple things. So we're gonna go look at them. Starting off, pure curiosity, since one of my projects I call Starfort Graves. That's what they look like to me. They definitely have a strange, reminiscent quality to where they're not. So the space that they're not taking up anymore, I guess. So the first thing I see when I look at something like this, I see a cutout, and and I'll try to just draw vaguely. I want to get like some of these bigger ones though, because it's immaculate. We're gonna try to. I guess you can't even lump this in because these are two separate things. Maybe a canal separated them. This one you could argue goes up here, and then they kind of Millennium Falcon it. This thing is its own separate beast. You know, like this thing goes all the way, and you could probably just say here, right? Then you zoom out. I mean, you obviously start to notice certain things. Like this thing right here. I mean, this is a massive hole. This is a massive hole. That's a really, really big hole. And they're bigger than an entire block of neighborhoods and an elementary school lot. That's a small town. That's two small towns, and it looks like there's just all sorts of indications of underworldly stuff. And then you even go further, it's almost like these ones were pillars. Picture these being pillars, something standing on these. Big shout outs to John Levi for expanding my imagination. Like, you even got tiny ones. They call it probably a skate park. It's not even a skate park. It's a tunnel to the terminal right here. Terminal Connect. If anyone knows circuitry, this is a big... I'm reaching out to you because I need help with electrical engineering, and we may play some footage in this video, or I may just release it because there's a lot of interesting, what I would call circuitry, and a lot of stuff. It's my other project. But just things like this. It's this alternating pattern. A lot of resistance I can see there. Just, look, it looks like a staple gun. Perfectly just threw these things down. Don't even tell me you can ignore this. Of course we see golf courses on a lot of these things. We see golf courses on a lot of these things. I'll put this one in golf courses folder. It is a third project I have yet to start, but today we are focusing on landfills. That one just happens to be both. Look how many things are encapsulated within all of this missing land. There's a whole speedway up here. And look at these lines. They are massive. I keep focusing on that one because it is just huge. When you zoom out, you see that that's probably one of the first things your eyes are drawn to, if not, I don't know, color-wise, definitely, but I would say maybe this up here. Just unimaginable. So what you start to think is, I don't know, I'm kind of seeing a city. And kind of like a semicircle. It always leads up to one of these ball things. I'm telling you. This kind of branches down into this. We're missing this entire chunk over here. Missing stuff over here. Oh yeah, we're missing all this shit over here too. Just this whole open area. And then it kind of like wombs its way around. Don't even get me started on the part in the middle there. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of circles its way down here. Then ends up being just this beautiful... Can you imagine what a city would have been like? Maybe if we tear down this kind of trash heap we have right now, physically, dig up golf courses, go to these sites, see them with your own two eyes. I'm seeing the world through an entirely different lens from afar and from like a totally new perspective, actually. And it is just fascinating. And you start to see these things everywhere. Let's go to present. Hopefully, good old-fashioned Google Earth is going to work with us tonight. Ah, Turlow Head. Look at this crazy place. This is what inspired me to start this specific list. Look at that carving. That's a landfill if I ever seen one. And it looks like the bricks are already made. Well, there's not even a plant anywhere near this. In fact, it's on an island. Behind an island. In the middle of a series of islands. Within the fingers. In a bay. On a peninsula. In the Danglers of Maine. And these are big frickin' bricks. I mean, that is a long way away from stuff. I mean, that's big brick. You think they would build those houses there? How would you get that anywhere? These ports would be rather dangerous. Again, we see a crotch island. Of course it would be. I can see it. Of course they would demean something so beautiful as they tore it to the ground and distribute whatever bricks they can establish to get out of there. And we see our circle structure that we see in so many places. Look at all this. All that. Just magical. I mean, These rocks are a community of mud flood, which is a very broad term, but in that community I speak to you now and I say, this is a great place to have been, to have washed away all of the mud. And we might be looking at a little bit more true form of some of these structures. Look at this. Look at that. When you zoom out, that's a steppage. And that's on a macro scale. Excuse me, a micro scale. You can't even say micro. It looks so fantastically large. All the more interesting is just that there is such a deep rooted. Here's my take. It looks like lungs. And on one side of the lungs, well, one of the sides is your heart's closer there. So I ask you, have they been digging out the heart of our history? I don't know. That's just the first point. Where to next? Ooh, you're on Michigan. Okay. Oh, look at that. Two similar Starfort shapes. Nice little wings. Squiggle up here and into probably what was definitely a terminal here. All of this bore out land. Nothing to see here. Just archway all the way through in the middle. Nothing to see there. I mean, that's a pretty large connection to a very large amount of things, and I would venture to say that this connection probably goes somewhere underground. Not very large, but terrace is very telling. Very, very telling. Next. This one I thought was paved. This one definitely belongs in a shape here, complete with its own circuitry. Electricians, I need you. Wiring. It's almost like it's plugged in. Perfect hexagonal shape. Possible battery down there. Plugged in. Resistance and a terminal. Same stuff we see all the time. Just linings over here. Since these are all gone, I'm guessing they might have been a ground if there was a Great Reset event. Yeah, that's another big one. Oh, right next to us. Next to, I think it was maybe. Oh, cool. Would you look at that? We see the lungs again. See an antenna up there. Starting to take golf course structure. That. Little terminal, as we see always. Got some lakes. Another huge operation. Nice little half D there. We've seen one of those before. Very interesting. I think one is very close to me. I'm gonna go explore. Alright. Next. Ooh, somewhere in Toledo. Would you look at that? Some terracing mounds with some circuitry adjacent. Water adjacent. Lineage. Massive mounds. Love to go climbing. A nice little point structure there. But again, I'm guessing this is pretty much all that. A lot of Millennium Falcon shapes. Nice little circuit there connecting. I need circuitry people here. Oh, would you look at that? Toledo number 2, right there. Oh, wow. And so what we start to see is a very interesting pattern here of just huge, monstrously huge. Some of them are by train tracks, and I think that might be test to say that these might have been hubs to this connecting port. This connecting port here. And this would have been a beautiful sight to see. Could you imagine? Back of this being the entire palace. Just reaching out. Circuitry there. Oh my goodness. Oh, of course this. Gorgeous. One's too hard to even tell. It's definitely not this abandoned ass island. Covered up by this amazing grid work. Electricians, I need you. We're not even doing the size of this thing justice. It goes out to like there. I mean, this thing is a monster of a point. And it's owned by one company. One golf course, 2 golf courses. Is that a second golf course? Just random ass housing. That's some Florida. No, it's not even Florida. It's Toledo. What? Wow. This is the hive where the hive goes to sleep. You got your input from the water here. It's owned by one company, 2 company, a housing company. Some independent people. Who cares? They're small. The state. And maybe the county? National. So this whole coast. Wow. That's interesting. I want to go here. I want to go and just trot around on that. Scuba divers, I need your help. Electricians, I need your help. And I mean, this is just some of the few. I mean, okay, we ran into one right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Got your nice little terminal there. Shipping them right out. And you get your speed there, and your speed boost, and your water source, of course. Agada's River right there. It does connect to here. And you can tell by the way that the water flows, it's like, no, I don't want to continue on. It's like, I'm going this way. Whew. Or unless that's not how water works, in which case, well, I just don't know how water works. Genoa. Again, beautiful. Beautiful. We gotta... Look at that. And again, just dwarfing this entire community. It's opposite. Goodness gracious. And I saw something interesting about this one too. This is a rest area. Even got the arrows. Kind of going pew pew, separating it. I need your help. Electrical people, I need your help. There's this fork. It's going into the fork. It looks like that's like a Nintendo DS game going into a fan. It goes shoo, but there's this big lake here, so maybe it's powering this. Always water connecting. Ooh, is that a cemetery in the middle of this? No joke. No joke. Oh, they did a double whammy. They're like, oh, it's a dump, and you can't dig. Wow. Cemeteries, another project. My other project. Nice little terminal there. Where's that go? Oh, it splits. All the split. It's a circuit here. It goes. You call it up to there? Is there another circuit up there? Well, probably add it to the list. Wouldn't call it a landfill. That's why I was just tempted to call it Starfort Graves, because that's what it kind of is. It's just Starfort Graves. There's another circuit there to keep it going after the Starfort. It's just crazy. Oh my goodness, what do we see down here? Is this an entirely new one? Oh my goodness, there's 3 in a row. This thing is huge. This one is so interesting. I find this one to be quite possibly the most interesting one. I don't know what to make of it. Just beautiful. I mean, look at the shaping. Look at this. The terracing is gorgeous. The obvious layout near the facility is gorgeous. So beautiful. This is just massive. Okay, this is for me. I have a question, Earth. Let's say the elementary school owns we'll give them the benefit of the doubt here even. All right, 1900. We're taking property they own. We're just gonna do the property that we can tell. And we're gonna cut these guys even some slack. I mean, this is an absolute monster. Oh, and look, it even kind of cuts down into here and stuff. Bet you they own the land on the other side. They always do. 1900, eh? So that's a lot bigger. 4,800. That's a lot of elementary schools. You could put a lot of indoctrinators at home. And they put a cemetery in it to say this is off limits. So that's a Threefer. 4. Goodness gracious, they were busy. That reminds me of like it was out in the California place we live. Just insane. And for the sake of length, I'll do one more. We already did all those. Let's get away from there a little bit. Let's do Paramount, Illinois. Now this is one I found. And I'm not even kidding you when I say, like, even if you're just far away, you see this. It is a blip. A lot to take in from afar. I mean, I want you to take into account all of these interesting ass symbols in the ground. It looks bodily, it looks biological. I'm shocked at how biological all of this looks, let alone this. Perfect growth. Cool. Gorgeous. Of course, a little circuit. Terminal. Interesting. We have over here. We could easily make this into a golf course. And we would have seen that layout before. You come in through the bridge, you get to the clubhouse, and then you go to the pro shop. Small driving range here. There. Have the back 9 over here in this one. Get fun course. How do you cover up that much water though? Huge plot of land. Massive. So yeah, that was a long one. More to come on Landfills. Go watch me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/NERCE, NERCE. And read it right there. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me live on Twitch. Then I will do this more often and then we can actually chat. Yeah, just remember, no matter where you go, there you are. The more you know, the less you don't. Let's go, Brandon. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful